The almighty Colossal Titan, also known as Bertolt Hoover. And the colossal happy birthday to this guy. It's his birthday today, December 30th. All the way back in Attack on Titan Season 1, this guy was 16. During his time in the Survey Corps, Bertolt was 6 feet 4 inches, or 192 centimeters. Oh, and he was a big boy, weighing almost 180 pounds, or 81 kilograms. Naturally, it wasn't a surprise that a warrior graduated in the top 10 scouts, 3rd place. Just looking back at it now, funny how the Titans took all the top spots. But of course, he wasn't Team Survey Corps, but officially in Team Marley Nation. Bertolt was secretly the Colossal Titan, also known as the God of Destruction, that other big boy. By the way, since I know you're gonna want one, Bertolt actually has an official body pillow, so yes, you could have this big guy in your bed. And don't lie, I know you want one. Getting an in-depth look at Bertolt, let's look at the voice actor behind this guy. He's voiced by Tomohisa Hashizume. And just being completely honest, this guy doesn't have too much going for him with anime. There's Doberman from Digimon Cross Wars, Delicote from Gangsta, Hikaru from All Out, Tien from the Steroids Roach series Terraformers, a random policeman from Dragon Ball Kai, and of course his most known character, Bert from Attack on Titan, that includes the Junior High series and the Attack on Titan games. Let's go ahead and talk about Bertolt's interesting sleeping style. Could this be related to his nightmares and him feeling guilty? It actually turns out that Isayama drew him sleeping in the hangman position. Quite the clever little hint. And actually, Isayama has been asked about this directly. Is Bertolt's sleeping problems related to Reiner becoming a soldier? Isayama says that he thinks they're related. Bad events cause people to have nightmares, just like in Vinland Saga. On top of this, there's actually something more interesting regarding this in one of the character interviews. Horseboy asked him directly if he was having any nightmares due to sleeping in this unique position. Bert at the time lied, claiming that he didn't recall what he dreamt of. However, later that night he dreamt of himself as a bird, flapping in the sky. He felt really great, just being liberated from the chains and restrictions on himself. But all of a sudden, he saw this dark figure on the ground with a bow. It yelled at him, "You don't have any right to cherish that freedom." In response, Bert pleaded back not to be shot at. Unfortunately, his crying was useless. An arrow pierced his chest, causing him to crash headfirst into the ground. This time, you had Marco, Jean, and even Reiner asking about his sleeping position. This latest one was pretty weird, almost as if he was pinned down. Bertolt only claimed he had a regular dream with this big, fake smile on his face. Getting into the deeper inspiration for the Colossal Titan, but first the human counterpart. Isayama has actually revealed that Bertolt was the only human he created after the creation of his Titan shifter. That's right, Isayama initially first drew the Colossal Titan. He then thought to himself, what kind of character would come out if this Colossal Titan was in reality this somewhat weak and also human deep inside? The outcome? This tall and rather slender Bertolt. Throughout the series, Bertolt has actually admitted not having this strong will or motivation for much of anything. That actually does sound like the perfect candidate to be controlled. Although since then in the series, Reiner has really encouraged him to be more proactive. Bertolt later makes a crystal clear decision and declaration when confronting his enemies. But going back to his design, here's a fun note. He actually got made slightly tanner in the anime. Just go ahead and take a look at the official colored art, and some covers too. Wonder what was the reason for that change. Now for the actual inspiration for the God of Destruction, the Colossal Titan. Isayama revealed that he saw the Colossal Titan as the god of the Attack on Titan world. He meant that he was drawn to resemble this godlike being. Isayama further mentioned how the Colossal Titan was constantly redesigned over and over. The Attack on Titan rough draft actually gives you a glimpse into this. It took quite a while until Isayama was satisfied. He was really trying to bend all he had on this beast. It was meant to be super important as the iconic mascot for the Attack on Titan series. And I just gotta say, definitely a colossal hit with that. Perhaps the following is most telling. In Attack on Titan, the people who choose to go outside the walls are people who choose the freedom of hell. They chose to cast aside their welfare for the uncontrolled freedom. Then look back to their enemies. The Titans, and especially the Colossal Titan, stands above all of them, as if they were slaves. In Attack on Titan Season 2, you found a little bit more about Bertolt, which was otherwise this character you might have previously disregarded as a random background character. I'm gonna be honest and say that kind of included me for the first season. One of the reveals or hints here was his romantic interest in Annie. Oh yes, he has a thing for blondes. I mean, this guy was even totally shocked and cursing at Armin, which was after he found about Annie's supposed fate involving her getting continuously tortured. Oh, so gullible. Turns out that his little crush with the blonde has been going on quite a while, which really goes back to before they were even scout trainees. At the time, they were discussing their so-called plan to get close with the royal family. Annie brought up the right idea of her becoming a female servant, employed by a noble family. Annie would then use her female charm to gain some intel. Although Annie quickly dropped the idea, claiming that she didn't have any type of that female charm. At this, Bert quickly shot that down. He definitely found Annie charming, even if she thought otherwise. And by the way, don't forget about the bonus little scenes in Attack on Titan Junior High, especially the ones at the festival. Looking back at the events now, that was definitely Isayama foreshadowing a little bit. Now getting a deeper look at the Colossal Titan, or should I say the God of Destruction, which is what he's known by in his hometown. The Colossal Titan, of course, is this big boy, super huge at 60 meters. This thing could cause a lot of damage just by moving. It's literally a walking tank, or walking meat man. In Attack on Titan Season 2, you saw this guy use this partial transformation on top of the wall. I'm not sure how big that was, although you could bet that definitely used a lot less energy. In the Colossal Titan full size, it hasn't yet been confirmed whether this guy could get hard, although you definitely know that the wall Colossal Titans had to crystallize themselves to actually be in that position. Either way, when you have little pesky scout flies trying to kill you, the Colossal Titan could resort to a steam defense. In the manga, the Colossal Titan has been shown to just set things ablaze just by walking near them. Oh yes, gotta make everything match its color. But let's actually get to the Colossal Titan's secret weapon, which is the Colossal Titan Nuke. You actually got a taste of this in the second Attack on Titan season's opening. Upon transforming, the Colossal Titan just lets out a huge amount of energy, destroying everything in its radius. Unfortunately for this monster titan, it is slow, which is something that Eren noticed and thankfully reported back in season 1. Going back into Attack on Titan Season 1, you saw Bertold and Reiner talking about their past hometown being destroyed by titans all of a sudden in one night. The truth of the matter is that wasn't just some random story they made up. In Attack on Titan Episode 1, he smashed the wall as the Colossal Titan. Then all the warriors snuck in. For a good while, they were all hiding as refugees in the wall camps. During that time, the warriors met this old guy from this remote village. Unfortunately for him, his area didn't get informed about the incoming Titan attack until it was way too late. I mean, the freaking Titans were at his window by the time he noticed. Sound familiar? Interestingly, he also claimed he didn't know what happened next. The unfortunate part was that he left his 3 kids behind. The following day, they then found out that this old gentleman hung himself. Luckily for the warriors, this guy was the only survivor from that remote village. Now, recall all those nightmares. Bertolt later revealed that one of his dreams he constantly dreamt of was the image of that older man in the tree. One of the things he wondered was why he told some kids about his tale before logging off. Bertolt is perhaps the most powerful Titan, definitely in the top 3. But how in the world did he get picked for this Titan mantle? Naturally, Bertolt was part of the warrior program. He actually earned his place in the warrior program as a marksman. He excelled at using a rifle. This naturally extended to his ability to shut himself off, including carrying orders without hesitation. Interestingly, Isayama has further revealed things about his father and family. His papa's illness was a huge motivation for him to become a warrior. This would enable his family to get this higher level of care that was not normally possible for them. There's only a question about whether this is going to get expanded on. When asked about this, Isayama only mentioned that he hadn't thought too much about this, but there may be a time where his family and past gets more fleshed out. Now, getting into a colossal spoiler for this God of Destruction in the upcoming season. The warriors fought Eren and the Serbi Corps back where the Colossal Titan kicked off the Attack on Titan story. Ultimately, it led to the climax of the duel, Eren and Armin taking on the Colossal Titan solo. Armin was the one that ended up being bait to get the Colossal Titan's attention, which really led to Armin becoming this tasty steamed bun in the process. Meanwhile, the distracted Colossal Titan didn't realize Eren sticking up to his neck using the 3D maneuver gear. That's right, ultimately the Colossal Titan was taken down by Eren. Sweet, sweet revenge. Which was really similar to how Eren was going to take him out back in season 1. That was when the Colossal Titan smashed Wall Rose. However, despite the Colossal Titan being defeated, technically Bertolt was still alive. Just a couple of missing limbs, no biggie. The actual finale for this guy came when the barbecued Armin got titanized, which then feasted on this squishy human. In other words, he got taken out in a similar way to how Marco died. Talk about harsh karma. So sayonara Bertolt, and welcome the new Colossal Titan and God of Destruction, which ultimately you could thank Levi for finishing him off. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me hear from you, so question of the day. Is anyone a huge fan of the Colossal Titan and his human Bertolt? I don't see too much love for this guy. Was this guy your favorite? Did his Titan reveal surprise you? Or did you forget he was in season 1 like a lot of people? And how do you feel about Armin? Was he the right pick for the Colossal Titan? Anyway, go ahead and give this a colossal thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, you're getting a lot of Attack on Titan videos weekly. Go ahead and check out my other Facts Attack on Titan videos. You got the recent Levi Ackerman Part 2, and the classic ones for Eren, Mikasa, Armin, Annie, and much more. Who should be next, by the way? Be sure to hit bell notifications, and I'll see you guys later.